Deifel here.
And Walt,
And Walt, we'll go ahead and open up the questions.
Hey, Coach, just that hit by Ella that kind of broke things open, and y'all didn't cool off from there. What'd you just think of that at bat from her after they walked free again?
well, I thought that it was just a really composed at bat. She was grinding, she was battling, and then just got obviously uh good barrel to the ball to drive it in the gap. It's what she's done. She came up big her next at bat also, but she's just so composed. Okay, you want me to chair? Oh, okay. Excuse me, this is the real okay. So it was just so composed and so big time. And it was also huge. I thought the Reagans were great at the top to create all those opportunities. So really big time.
Yeah, you brought up the Reagans. Reagan Johnson, I mean, even before y'all took the lead and had the beginnings, it felt like she was creating the pressure that kind of led to that. Um, I don't know. It seems like she's maybe an unsung hero of all the team's success this year. Just what do you think of, uh, what she's always able to do for y'all?
I will never take for granted what Reagan Johnson does for us on offense and defense. And every time I talk about our offense, I'm going to take the opportunity to talk about her defense because she's game changing on both sides. It's easy to kind of be the unsung hero with how flashy Bree's numbers are and what the others are doing behind Bree, Courtney Day, Ella, Wick, and go down the line. They don't get those opportunities if Reagan Johnson and Reagan Kramer don't do their job at the top. And how they're getting on base for us is creating all those opportunities for those big time moments that the rest of the team stepping up in. And so, no, I will never take for granted what Reagan Johnson does, what Reagan Kramer does at the top of the order. They just continue to find ways to get on base and create momentum for the big boppers in the middle.
Last thing I'll ask is, Robyn at the start of the game struggled with her command a little bit and then seemed to ease in and settle. And just what did you think of her maturity, I guess, to make that adjustment in the game?
I thought she just did a really good job of staying the course and grinding. She did struggle with her command. She didn't struggle with her spin, but she struggled with their command and a team that walks a lot. And so they're very patient, and I think she just did a really good job of staying the course. And our defense, I don't think we played very well the first 2-3 innings. It's like kind of what the message was, man, we were not good tonight until we were good, and earlier versions of us and some teams would fold or press or we kind of stay in that kind of sluggish, like just playing too slowly and not just being as dialed as we've grown accustomed to with this team. It was very uncharacteristic, and they just really stayed the course. I thought it was just an incredibly mature win tonight. It was a mature outing for Robyn. I do have some new gray hairs, as I informed her, of like, are you trying to stress me out? Are you trying to give me gray hairs? And earlier versions of Robyn would have pressed. And she stayed the course and she let her game come back to her. And I think that shows a ton of maturity as well. So I'm just really proud of the team for what they did tonight.
Kind of on that note, Coach, this week you talked about how the difference between the team today and the team that went to Oxford and the ability to get punched in the face and respond. And once again today, down 2-0 and to respond the way that they did, just how proud of this group are you that they've developed that ability throughout this season?
Really, really proud. I think that's the direct comparison you can make to see the growth in this team. We even on the side were like, man, the first inning too, it just had, like that Oxford Ole Miss feel where you're just kind of like, when are we going to kick it in gear? Are we going to play in slow motion? What are we doing? Let's go, and so, it's the direct, comparison of us staying in it and us fighting through it and just kind of letting the game come back to us and just having that composure and poise and maturity to really just stay the course. It shows a ton of growth in this team, and I'm just continue to be proud of them.
And then Ella had another great game tonight. Obviously, I think 5 RBI. 13, I believe, in her last 4 games. Just how impressed are you with her as a freshman, with how poised she is, with how, it seems like she's just ready for every single moment.
She is ready for every single moment, and she has the right level of emotion and competitiveness in that moment when they go around Bree, and it's a special recipe that not everybody has, but she's handling it so well. And I think that when you look at tonight's game for Ella, it shows her emotional growth too, of just, her first 2 at-bats weren't what she wanted. It didn't go the way she wanted. And then her next at bat, you're in a really big moment. They go around Bree. You could have easily pressed. You could have easily doubted. You could have easily fill in the blank. And she just flat competed, and she was ready for the moment. And so I think the emotional growth and maturity that we continue to see from Ella, from the team, everything is just continue to be impressed.
And then last one for me, Ella was in here or was talking about how when Bree gets intentionally walked, she'll sometimes turn around and scream at Ella. And Ella was like, sometimes I'll scream back, sometimes I won't. But obviously, with as large of personalities as they are, how much do they feed off of each other in that situation and just in every situation, it seems like?
Yeah, they feed off each other in every situation. So that situation is no different. It's just really fun to see the relationship that they have. And you always, I know, your eyes always go to the next hitter when the hitter's getting walked that's in the box. Your eyes always go there, and you can see how they're processing it and how they're getting themselves ready. And in that moment, I look over and Ella's like hitting her helmet, like, oh, let's go, which is like just so her. And you just know she's going to be dialed. It's just been really cool to see the influence they've had on each other, and then on everyone else around them.
That it?
Well, I got a question. You and I talked before the year that I was going to be fascinated by your lineup. And I was going to ask you a million questions throughout the year about the lineup and reasoning behind it. And you mentioned Ella hitting behind Bree, with the way Bree's being pitched around. Was there a theory behind having Ella be the one to hit behind Bree? Is it just random? What led to that decision to have her be the one to handle that circumstances? Because she's handled it beautifully there.
She really has. Today or in general? Like in general?
Yeah, in general.
Well, it was really, it kind of came from obviously the way Ella's been swinging it. And then also not having Courtney Day available in those 2 games in Gainesville. It was just trying to find the right one. And we are very lucky because we feel like we have a few that we could go to. We've had Wick in that position. We have Ella in that position now. Courtney Day handles it very well. And so we made the move to Ella on Sunday in Gainesville, not having Courtney, and just how she was seeing the ball and how, like, I mean, that's Ella. And so you just try to find the one that's going to handle the emotion of it the best way. And you're always going to hit in a big moment. Not only is it a big moment, but they're like saying, I'm going to take my chances with her over the one, and I don't blame them, and Matt was kind of asking me today, like, what would you do? Would you walk her? And I'm like, well, no, I know, I don't know what I would do. I'm just glad I don't have to decide. But tonight it was a decision too, of just knowing, we have Courtney back. She's not necessarily 100, and there's still some questions about question marks of just kind of, how she can handle just running bases and those things. So it's just trying to find that right combination still. And so putting Ella in that spot still, which is how she's seeing it, how she handles that moment. But again, I'm going to say it again. I feel very lucky. We feel very lucky because we have a few that we can choose from, and that's a tough position to be in.
It's a good problem to have.
Good problem to have. I know you've been fascinated by our lineup.
I am.
Start of the year, I said the only thing I can guarantee you is how we start on day one is not going to be how we finish. And it's fun. It's been fun putting the different combinations together and seeing the players step up. And yeah, so sorry I cut you off. Did you have another question, Eric?
Yes, I did, but I like that mentioned as well. That's fair. I asked Ella about the USA experience and how much that's helped her in situations like that, hitting with the bases. Oh, she said it helped her a lot and learned a lot from that. Did you know that? Did you sense that when you saw her in the fall coming back from Team USA, that she gained valuable knowledge and experience from that experience that's helped her right now in their success?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that one of my college teammates' parents are here. I think that it helps her in a lot of ways. So I won't like go super long, except that the start of that tournament did not go how she wanted it to. And I think learning to play a different role and then be ready again, handle that okay, and then ready again when you got that chance, and then never giving it up again was huge. It was huge. It was experience that was invaluable. And then being that player that was relied on in big situations and coming through. But that experience showed all different emotions because some good, some bad. And so she grew so much in that stretch, and not to mention just the confidence of getting that opportunity, and then excelling in that opportunity. So there was, and through that opportunity, we missed them here in that like really big time of just like being with your teammates. And I just remember having the freshman class at our house, and we FaceTimed her and Cam, who were there, and just kind of talking through that moment, and the different roles and being ready and all those things. And so I'm just really proud of her. That's a really long answer to say that experience, it wasn't just like rainbows and sunshine in a straight line for her. And so she got invaluable experience from that whole opportunity. And I have to believe she's drawing from it continuously.
That it? Thank you, guys. Have a great night. I'm here with Robyn Herron. We'll go ahead and open it up to questions.
Hey, Robyn, what started working for you tonight?
Oh gosh. I honestly think the beginning was kind of rough, but once I got a hold of my changeup, I think that made my life a lot easier. And just when I started attacking the zone and going after them, it made me a lot better.
Yeah, for you, you said you started attacking the zone and getting into it. Just what does it take for you, like in the game, to make those adjustments?
I think it kind of takes getting into a groove, and just I think when my tempo is up and I'm kind of moving a little faster is when I start attacking the zone better. Like it's nothing mechanical. Like it never really is with me. It's more about like my mindset and like the pace at which I'm throwing.
Last thing I'll ask is, would you hate to pitch against the Arkansas lineup?
Yes, I absolutely would. But throwing to them in practice throughout the fall just helps me even more like prepare for good offenses, because I strongly believe we are one of the best offenses in the country.
Yeah, I guess I'll go. I guess Coach has said in interviews past that you've kind of learned to battle through this year when you don't have your best stuff. Just how have you seen yourself grow in that area, since you got here on campus?
I think I've seen myself grow in that, knowing teams still don't have that much success even when I don't have my best stuff, and that if I just attack every batter and do my best and trust myself that I can face off against anyone. um I think that learning to fight has really helped me and this team groove, like kind of get into a groove, and that not even just the defense and pitching fighting, offense has to fight too, like tonight. And I think just having that toughness has helped us a lot this year.
I guess, was there a moment where that specifically clicked for you, or was that just kind of built up over time?
uh I honestly don't think it clicked fully for me until the fifth inning, like after the fifth or before the fifth, somewhere around there. I don't remember. It's all a blur, but definitely later in the game. So I would definitely say the earlier innings were not very easy for me.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah.
What were you doing during that long inning when they were scoring those runs? I'm sure you were happy they're scoring the runs, but at the same time, how do you stay, I don't want to say locked in, but how do you stay in that rhythm that you had started to build?
Well, what I was doing, I was screaming at the top of my lungs. dancing. I think I figured out that for me, staying loose helps me just kind of, I don't like to get too like tough or stoic because that's when I tend to get in my head. If I'm just like having fun and enjoying the time with my teammates, I figured out that's when I really do my best.
How much confidence do you have knowing that you have this offense that could explode like it did in this game? And do you remind yourself, hey, even if it's not my best stuff's not going, if I could just grind out some outs and innings here, I know my offense has my back.
Oh, absolutely. I think in the beginning innings, they scored one in the first and one in the second. It was just about like keeping us in it and starting to put up some zeros because I know that they're gonna eventually come out and explode like they did tonight.
What is it? What was it like facing that South Carolina offense? Because they're really explosive. I know you didn't like the way you started the game, but as you seem to have found that rhythm against and keep them contained and keep the momentum in your dugout, even when your team scored the runs.
Yeah, I think they really showed me that they're a patient offense as well as being explosive. And that if I just bring my best stuff and like, or what I have that day as my best stuff, then I I can face off against anyone. And they definitely put some bat on ball, but it just fell our way tonight. And it was really nice to have the run insurance for sure.
Is it always exciting? My last question: is it exciting when you're in a big series like this, or is it just hey, just another weekend in the SEC? What's it like to be in a marquee series like this?
Well, I think this year every series is marquee. There isn't any room for error really. So, I mean, I think with our recent success, it's brought a lot of confidence to not only me, but the other pitchers, the hitters, the defense. So yes, it is a marquee matchup, but we know we match up like with anybody in the country. So we still have to come out and play every day like we know we can, but just having that confidence just I think helps us keep a little bit looser.
All right, guys, I'm here with Ella McDowell. We'll go ahead and open up the questions.
Were you complaining about your hair?
Oh yeah, and I'm really I don't know, I care about my hair a lot, so I was trying to make sure it looked good. I don't want to have like a crazy hairstyle up here, so yeah.
Ella, they did it again. They were walking Bree to get to you and you made them pay. Just how much are you embracing kind of that role?
I'm really embracing it, Bree is a phenomenal hitter and it kind of makes you feel a certain way when they think that they can just walk her and get it easy out and just go to me. So I've kind of been just feeling myself and just thinking whatever happens happens, and I just want to do anything possible to help my teammates out, especially Bree, because I know it must be really frustrating for her.
Y'all were trailing for most of the game and then that double by you that cleared the bases. Just walk me through that at bat and kind of the roar in the stadium, what that was like.
Well, I know the South Carolina pitcher. She's a really competitive pitcher, and I knew that was going to be a really key at bat in the moment. And I knew from going for my first at bat to now, I didn't want to get another double play out. So I just thought, find a way to get 60, put the ball in a place where I can score some runs. And I did that, and it was just awesome. And I was just really happy. So.
I'll hop in real quick. Ella, Coach Deifel talked this week about how different you guys are as a team from the series in Oxford to now, and how this is a team now that knows how to get punched in the face and fight back. And today, going down 2-0 and fighting back the way that you guys did, just what does it say about this team's continued ability to do that, to get down and come back in a way that maybe you
Yeah,
guys
I
wouldn't have
think
been able
I
to
think
at
it
the
just
beginning of the
shows how
season?
tough. Sorry, my bad, my bad. I think it just shows how tough we are and how much fight we have and how much trust we have in each other. Let's say if the offense is kind of having a dead bat day, I know that Robyn and the other pitchers on the staff are really going to keep us in the game. And same goes with maybe Robyn's not having her best stuff. The offense, we always got her back. So it just shows that with each series, we continue to just have more trust and more love for each other, honestly.
And then you talked about, how you individually view when they intentionally walk free, but you also talked about how frustrating that must be for her. Just how much of a boost is it for the whole entire team when you guys are able to make the other team pay for doing that?
Oh, I think it fires it up. I mean, there's nothing more than that the dugout loves than when a catcher sets their arm out or they screw up the plate to walk Breeze. So and especially when it pays off, it really fires up the team, and we really just all love each other, and we all want the best for each other, especially for Bree because she is like the heart of our team.
What do you and Bree communicate as she's being basically intentionally walked? Like, does she tell you anything going into your at bats when in a situation like that?
There's nothing before like pre-pitch before her at bat, but usually whenever she gets walked, she just turns around and screams at me, which I mean I sometimes I scream back and sometimes I like hit myself on the head just to quiet the voices, but yeah, it's just we just kind of have this like telepathy thing that it's time to go. We got to figure it out.
Did your experience playing with Team USA has helped you in to be in these pressure situations? You seem very cool and calm. Like no, like you've been through this, even though you're just a freshman. Did the USA experience has helped you here?
Oh, for sure. Yes, sir. I mean, besides wearing this Arkansas jersey, there's no better feeling than wearing the three letters across my chest. So I definitely feel like I have a chip on my shoulder because I've already represented my country before. So representing the Razorbacks, it's just another day at the office, really.
What's it like when the offense is rolling like it was in that inning where the floodgates open?
I mean, there's really no words to say other than chill vibes. You know what I'm saying? We're good. It's just we're just having a great time out there and really getting our swings off. So chill vibes.
Bree brought up the chill vibes thing, Ella, and I just want to hear from your perspective how it started.
Okay. All right. This is my side of the story. So we got my one of my good friends, Jada Ramos, on the team. She's like nonchalant, cool, easygoing, and sometimes like you can't really express how you feel. You just gotta like nonverbal, just let them know you're good. And the whole team kind of picked up on it, and we just really embraced the cool, calm, collected, and just you know what I'm saying? So